Your Iowa Hawkeyes continue to make big moves going into the Cy-Hawk game, as the Cy-Hawk game is only 4 days away now, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Landon Rank, and welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe for daily content on your Iowa Hawkeyes. Today, we're just going to go through the media day from today, hear what Kirk had to say, hear what Mark Gronowski had to say, and we're going to watch one clip of my top 5 as we build up to the Cy-Hawk game, my top 5 worst plays from the Cyclones over the last 5 years. We're going to go over my top number 5 today, but let's jump right into this video. This is Landon Talks About the Hawks.
Touchdown! Down the sideline! Goodbye! Touchdown, Iowa! For the end zone! But he will win! Touchdown, Iowa!
One more look back at the U of Albany game, and man, I've rewatched this whole game, and there's a lot to be proud of, but one more recap as the Hawkeyes make a quick smash cut 51-second video, and this just gets you hyped up, man. Just looking at some of these clips from the Hawks, check out this.
What you want from me? Tell me what you want from me, and I give it to you. What you want from me? Tell me what you want from me, and I give it to you. Give it to you straight, no chase, no time to waste, right back to the place. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me. We gon' shut down the block like the Kimbe was in. What you want from me? Tell me what you want from me, and I give it to you. What you want from me? Tell me what you want from me, and I give it to you. Give it to you straight, no chase, no time to waste, right back to the place. Tell me what you want from me. Tell me what you want from me, and I give it to you. You a cool me kids on the block like a safe.
Just a really quick recap of that U of Albany game, man, and just rewatching that. This Iowa team is a lot more fierce than I think we all thought. Watching some of those highlights just makes me think about how good that running game was. We talked about the 310 yards, but now let's hear what Mark Gronowski had to say heading into week 2.
Doing great, you know. That's always exciting to have a rivalry week, a trophy game. It's going to be a fun week. I'm excited.
How much do you know about the Cy-Hawk rivalry, and what have you kind of learned throughout the last, I guess, couple of days leading into it?
To be honest, I didn't really know much about the whole rivalry itself. I know that there's always a big rivalry. It's a big in-state game. Kind of always in-state rivalries between any team is always big games. But there's not too much that I knew heading into it.
When you went back, looked at the film from Albany, just what were kind of your takeaways from that?
Yeah, one of the things is just calm my feet down a little bit, slow everything down, and make sure I'm catching it, then punching, getting into my drop, just so I can start seeing everything and just really just trust my throws. And just sometimes just having that like screw it mindset, just we're gonna throw it, we're gonna sling it, and that way we're gonna have more completions that way and get more balls down the field.
Do you think maybe that stemmed from just first game jitters, just the feet work and then not, letting it loose a little bit?
100%. And that's, again, the first game jitters a little bit. Just really got to have that mindset going into this week and the rest of the season, just kind of have that screw it mentality. Like, we got to just go out there, play ball, have fun, just play free, and you'll end up playing more fast by doing that.
Does it help that you're going to be...
Just pause it there real quick. You hear Mark Gronowski just talking about how that first game he had those pregame jitters, and that's something that I think we could clearly see rewatching his tape is some of those footing plays that it was not that he was, not having wide open receivers. The receivers were there. He was overthrowing them. It was a lot of pregame jitter stuff that I think when you look at Mark Gronowski's overall career highlights, you see that he is a good passer overall. And so I totally agree with what he said there about the Hawkeyes need to continue to work on his footing, right? As a Hawkeye quarterback, I totally agree with that reflection by Gronowski, and I think that's a great idea. Talked about that Cy-Hawk rivalry. There's so much history. After we listen to Kirk talking a bit, we're going to watch and look at some of my favorite plays, top 5 plays, starting with our number 5. But let's listen to a couple more minutes of what Mark had to say.
Playing in an environment where, last week your first game jitters was with the Hawkeye fan base with you, and now you're going to be walking into enemy territory. Does it help that you're going to have a little bit of a different environmental situation for you to make those adjustments?
Yeah, it's kind of nice because, I mean, at that point, it's really just like me and the guys that are around me. You know, it's just us going into an enemy territory, enemy stadium, and we just get to be with each other and not really have to worry about anything else.
I know it's not your first time playing a rivalry game. You know, the USD game, the NDSU game are probably some of the bigger FCS rivalry games. Do you thrive on a hostile environment type of energy?
Yeah, you know, it kind of gives you a little bit of chip on your shoulder because you know that nobody's really cheering for you, nobody's really hoping for your success at all. So you really just got to go out there and go play, and it's you and the guys against everybody else that's there. And usually those rivalry games have always been the most fun games for me. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend as well.
All right, that's all we're going to hear from Mark Gronowski. There's a couple more minutes. You can always check out these full interviews, but I really already liked what we heard from him in these 2 minutes of this interview. You know, he likes this hostile environment. I think it's going to be great for him to go to ISU in a place which is really hard to play at, Iowa State, but the Hawkeyes have had lots of success. So let's hear what Kirk Ferentz had to say on the other side.
To this game, but as I said Saturday night, it's good to get the win first and foremost, and I think just overall pleased with the guys' preparation. Thought our guys were focused and certainly gave great effort. And really, this is the first time we've gone through obviously game competition, live work, and various situations that come up. So thought there were a lot of good things. Certainly a lot of things to clean up. Special teams overall played pretty well for the first time out. Thought we tackled pretty well, and you know, the tempo of the offensive line. The tempo they played at was a good start for us. So a lot of things there, certainly a lot of things to get better at, and you know, now the whole idea is to push to improve, and like it is every week basically. So you know, Monday morning just shift our attention fully to this football game and start our preparation. Captains will be the same four guys. We got Ethan Herkett, Cohen Entriger on the defensive side, and then Logan Jones and Mark Gronowski, excuse me, offensively. Medically, kind of where we stood Saturday night. Moulton will not be able to play. Kamari, don't see him playing. Vanderzee will be out. And Bryce George, who got injured in pregame, he'll be out too. So I don't see those guys having a chance to play. Iowa State obviously off to a really strong start in two very different situations, but looked impressive in both of them. You know, first game playing against a very good Big 12 team in Kansas State. Really good game, competitive game, and Iowa State did a great job handling that. And then traveling back here, some people I know are worried about the jet lag, all that stuff, and it didn't seem to affect them. They played really well Saturday against South Dakota, so they're off to a really good start and not a big surprise. They're a really good football team, worthy of their ranking for sure. And, you know, I think just overall, just a really well-coached team. They're good where it counts and veteran where it counts. And really, I think, strong in all three phases. So
that's enough from Kirk Ferentz, about 3 minutes or so of it. I like to hear what he says, you know, like to hear how he breaks down and goes through about how, hey, man, like, our guys still gave a good effort. You know, Iowa still got a 34-7 win against UAlbany. We got to remember, I mean, UAlbany's an FCS team, but still, at the end of the day, the Hawks found a way to win, and we've seen Iowa in the past only be able to put up 7 points against a really good FCS team, in South Dakota State, obviously not as good as UAlbany, but at the end of the day, my point is I think the Hawkeyes, and overall, the fans need to understand that, like, whatever your team's best effort is your team's best effort. And I think the Hawkeyes are showing to us week in and week out that, hey, man, we can stick up there with the big dogs. We can continue to play our best football. But you need to be patient with this team because this isn't a team that is at its peak yet. It's just at the beginning with Mark Gronowski. And this is a young Hawkeye team with a veteran quarterback, which I think is dangerous because when you look at Hank Brown only being a sophomore, and he'll hopefully have 2 or 3 years of eligibility by the time he's back here next year as the Hawkeyes' potential starter. So when you see that and you break that down and you say, hey, man, Iowa has got an opportunity to continue to play really good, quality, solid football, it's very exciting to see. And I love to hear what Kirk says in praising Iowa State because the Cyclones are off to a hot start. And I understand why people are picking the Cyclones over the Hawkeyes right now because the Hawkeyes didn't play as well as the Cyclones did this week, and that is just the truth. So great work by Coach Ferentz. Love to hear, you know, all this praise, and hopefully Gronowski can get better in a week too. Now let's check out my number 5 for Iowa versus Iowa State since 2017.
Inside. Stanley scanning. Stanley over the middle, Wadley Got past Lanning. Akram Wadley inside the red zone. Wadley could go. Wadley! Touchdown Iowa! Oh, mercy! Second down and goal for Iowa. Wadley the tailback. Smith Marset in motion. Stanley to throw to the end zone. Touchdown! Iowa wins! Smith Marset with the grab. What a comeback!
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was my top 5, I guess, 2 favorite plays from this Iowa State series over the last 8 years. And man, I just love to see Akram Wadley. I wish we still had him. Such a great player overall. But Akram Wadley with that big run to win the 2017 Cyhawk series game. And man, I could really see Xavier Williams or one of those running backs getting off a nice gain and scoring for the Hawkeyes. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to like and subscribe down below. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.